What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day fiance freaking video, and sadly we're here talking about Benjamin once again. Now let me say this, ladies and gentlemen, let me just get the elephant out of the room. Why am I still wearing my neck warmer, my jacket, my jumper, my other jumper? Well, I was just outside and it is freezing. Then I've come inside and I'm still freezing. So this stays on until I warm up, if you dig what I'm saying. Just in case anybody was wondering. But anyway, let's get into this topic itself in particular, because this is one hell of a serious freaking matter. Now, earlier on today, I uploaded a video talking about Benjamin's cover-up by his ex-employees, and how that cover-up was just creating too much of a pattern around his involvement with Mahogany in terms of why would he seek a young woman online. You know what I mean? It was just like everything about him has been very, very off-key. And a lot of people have come out with some accusations where they feel like Ben may just be a predator. Didn't want to say that word, to be fair with you. Although the film was very good though. You know what I mean? The Arnold one. Remember the first Predator film on that? Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, let's get serious real quick, ladies and gentlemen. I know this is a serious topic, but I try to lighten the mood as much as I can. But sadly, since that post itself in particular, I've come home, I popped on my computer, quickly headed over to Reddit and all my other sources, and then I saw a post that came up, and it saddens me so much because I don't want this post to be true. But the problem is that with everything that we have seen, I fear that this post holds a lot of weight just based on what we've seen. And to be fair, once I show you it and I read it, you will understand why, in my opinion, it holds so much freaking weight, when in reality, we all wish that it really does not. But nonetheless though, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel. Now, as you can see here, this was then posted from what has been posted previously by the Reddit investigation team, in brackets, it involved a very young, straight out of college, Christian young adult. She looked super young beyond that initial tidbit. There are no details around what allegations she brought forth against Ben before leaving the organization, pretty much. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. For the people who don't know exactly what's actually happening, is I can advise you right now, please watch the previous video that I made before this around Benjamin and the new allegations around him. And this video is pretty much following up, because I really and truly don't want to repeat it, to be honest with you. But nonetheless though, a lot of us were wondering, what could it be? Well, it seems as if somebody has come out to say this is what they have come across. Now, whether this stuff is true or not, again, I only hope and pray that it's not true. But sadly, if we're looking at just the behavior of Benjamin, we're talking about him finding a very super young girl online. And to be honest, when you go online and you go on these dating websites, you can set the age cap. You can set the age group or range where you want it to be. So the fact that he made it on so open means that he definitely is someone that probably was definitely looking for a female that was younger than his own freaking kids. Can you believe that? If you dig what I'm saying. Now, of course, there are some situations where people just click. They meet at work, they meet on the street, they meet in some sort of situation and they just click. That is undefeated. That is understandable. But going online and then, you know what I'm saying? And then after that happens, you get put on a TV show. But then after getting put on a TV show, we then fast forward now to then the DUI, OUI. And then finding out about the homeless couple. Him saying that it was their fault. And then finding out that there was allegations around his name beforehand that was covered up. And then this comes into light. It all just fits too much of a pattern. And to be honest with you, not only does it fit too much of a pattern, but now I'm sitting there thinking, I really don't know if I still believe that Ben and Mahogany were brought together by TLC to just act out a fake relationship. Because to be honest with you, we're now looking at the proof that we have in the pudding of the chain of events. If this is true, what we heard right now, then this tells me that the relationship that he has with Mahogany probably isn't fake. It probably is true. It probably is real, and it would make sense, to be fair, even more, why he was so persistent to keep going back to Peru until he met her. And not only was he so persistent to keep going back until he finally met her, but he was even so persistent enough that even when she left him stranded and left him for dust, he still rang her and still gave her an opportunity to speak. At that moment in time, he should have fled the scene. I mean, listen, as far as I'm concerned, I know for sure there's no way Mahogany's into that man. She's obviously someone that goes online with her catfish pictures, even though she doesn't need them, talks to God knows how many guys, but then she obviously came across a guy like Benjamin who really wanted to take things to the next level because, well, he clearly has a thing for young women, which therefore makes him a predator. You know the rest of that word if you dig what I'm saying. But again, ladies and gentlemen, with everything that's coming out, this is the only reason why my suspicions are now changing around whether their relationship is fake. And now I generally do believe this relationship is real. And I generally am starting to believe that Ben is just a sick individual who needs some serious freaking help. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, I brought you obviously this new information right here. Again, I cannot confirm to you guys if it is all legit, of course, because this is just people coming out and saying these things. But the matter of fact is that there's a pattern that we cannot ignore. And to be honest with you, not only is there a pattern that we cannot ignore, but most important, there's a pattern that TLC cannot ignore, to be honest with you. They need to do some serious research before the next season, but hold on a minute. The next season of just 90 Day Films is already coming out, so Lord knows what's going to happen with that one. But nonetheless though, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. You guys let me know what you're thinking in the comment section, and we'll definitely have a nice little discussion about, not a nice one, but have a, yeah. It's hard to say anything kind of nice in a situation like this because it's just not a nice situation. Thank you so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Like, subscribe, and peace.